All right, how you guys doing? This is Mr. Muscarella coming at you, and in this video we're going to take a look at Super FRQ number 5, parts E, F, G, and H. So parts E, F, G, and H coming at you for Super FRQ number 5. Now for this free response question, again, we're still dealing with our integral from 1 to x of f of t dt for the function g of x. And the question E starts out at what intervals is g going to be increasing and where is g decreasing? Justify your answer. When we take a look at this, g is going to be increasing anywhere that our function is above the x-axis. So right here, from -5 to 3, we're above -3, we're above the x-axis, and from 1 to 4, we're above the x-axis. So that's where g is going to be increasing. And then where is g decreasing? That's just going to be anywhere that we're below the x-axis. So that's going to be right here from -3 to 1, and of course from 4 to 5. So those are going to be the intervals where you are going to be increasing and decreasing. Now when we go to do our explanations for this, of course, we would say g is increasing on -5 to -3 and 1 to 4 since g prime is positive. And likewise, g is decreasing on -3 to 1 and 4 to 5 since g prime is negative. All right, that's how you do part E. Now for part F is going to deal with concavity. So now we're looking at the derivative of the second derivative of our original function. And when we do that, basically with this, because of the way our function is laid out, we're just looking for slopes. So if I take a look at from -5 to probably about 4, I know that's a positive slope. Right here along this line, that's going to be a positive slope. And then I'm going to have negative slopes right here from, where is that, 2, or x equals 2 to x equals 5. And I'm also going to have a negative slope here all the way down to this spot right here. Now I'm going to have slopes of 0 with 2 spots also. Right here at 4, I know my slope is going to be 0, and down here at x equals -1, I'm also going to have a slope of 0. So we're going to really take a look at where does the concavity change. And the concavity changes at those 2 x values, and then again up here at x equals 2 because I've got that sharp turn. So that's all we really have to do is look where the slopes change, and then when we do that, boom, then we can answer our question. And answering our question, we'd say g is concave up on the interval from -5 to -4 and -1 to 2, because those are the x values. Remember, use your x values, because g prime is increasing. Likewise, we would say g is concave down on -4 to -1 and from 2 to 5 because g prime is decreasing. And that's it. That's all we got to do is analyze those 2 pieces right there. Now I'm actually going to go on and take a look at question H first, because we just got done dealing with concavity. So it's only natural to look at part H, where we want to know the x values where g of x has an inflection point. And we see 3 different spots where our concavity is going to change. One's going to be at x equals -4, one is at x equals -1, and of course the other one is at that sharp turn at x equals 2. So now I need to analyze what kind of change occurs there. And I can see that there's a change from increasing to decreasing at x equals -4 as well as x equals 2. Likewise, I've got to change from decreasing to increasing at x equals -1. So when I go to answer that, I would simply just write that out and explain it like that. So g has a point of inflection at x equals -4 and x equals -2 since g prime of x changes from increasing to decreasing. And g has a point of inflection at x equals -1 since g prime of x changes from decreasing to increasing. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at part G. At what intervals is g decreasing and concave up? What intervals is g decreasing and concave up? Now, if I want g to be decreasing, that means this piece right here, g is going to be decreasing. That's going to be any area that's below the x-axis. So I want it to be below the x-axis and concave up. So the other part of that is going to be a positive slope. So if I take a look at that, I'm going to be kind of limited to this area right here, I think, from -1 to +1 meets both of those criteria. So the area, or the interval that g is decreasing and concave up happens to be between -1 and +1. So the way we would justify that, we would say G is decreasing and concave up on -1 to 1 because G prime is both negative below the x-axis and increasing, and G prime has a positive slope there. So those are the two pieces that we would need to answer part G. All right, that's it for this video. We've gone ahead and taken a look at E, F, G, H, and just E, F, G, and H. We'll go ahead and get after the next ones in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.